Hey everyone, just time for a brief little update, and we'll even be doing not really a vote, but rather a discussion. So before I go into the update, I want to let you know that I want to hear from all of you what faction you would like to see next. Now, I could even try some modded factions. I know we've got Amazons now, we've got Halflings, so there's a lot of what I could do. But if there's anything that you want to see, comment down below. Now, before you comment, check the other comments and upvote one that follows the same race that you would like to see. That way, hey, you know, you're actually getting more visibility for who you want to see. So it might take like a minute to look through. I don't know how many we'll get, but that would be a great way for you to kind of let me know what you would like to see. Now, why have my videos not been up for 2 days now? Largely because I've been fixing my sleep and also spending time with my girlfriend too. So she was working on Valentine's Day. So today we're going to actually go out, have dinner. We're going to go to a very nice Italian restaurant. And before that, I'm going to go to the barber to go get my big old beard trimmed and my hair cut. Yeah, I'll be on cam eventually so that you guys can kind of see how crazy I've gotten. You can definitely compare to whenever I would just kind of keep a very like, you know, trimmed down beard. Even pictures of me on like Twitter or Instagram or wherever you've seen my face. It's getting pretty crazy now. And I do like to keep my hair short. So longer beard, short hair, and all of that for the overall aesthetic. Largely because it's easier for me to get ready and it's easier to keep clean, as I do like to feel clean. And it also gets very hot in the deep south. So again, short hair is much easier for me. And also I'm wearing headphones, and because I have a two-story home that I live in, my office is on the second floor, and because of that, it gets fucking hot in here. You know, heat rises up. But so that's what's up. Also fixing my sleep. My sleep has been messed up, man, for a long time, for months now. I'm sure a lot of you know what it's like. Even like cutting out caffeine and working out hasn't really helped as much as I thought it would, or it has in the past. But I have fixed my sleep. I did wake up at 7 in the morning. I'm actually feeling a little bit tired now. It's only what, 12? So I'm gonna go wash my face, probably exercise a little bit, because that's actually a great way to wake up. And I'm only bringing up my habits, I suppose, to kind of like let people know what I do to kind of stay in a good place and to get things going in life. Because, you know, in the past I used to focus on my channel so much at the cost of my health, because I was like, okay, if I'm not doing well at this, then clearly I'm just not doing well. That's fucking stupid. It'll be okay. Thankfully, you guys have been cool with sponsorships, which I've never done until last month. It's been for games that I would play anyway. It's been a Warhammer game. I can't remember what else I did. It was Warhammer and some other game. But I always let you know when I'm sponsored, and I fucking refuse to sponsor shitty games. Can't do it. Won't do it. Even if, and look, dude, mobile app companies will offer you a lot. And if you see a game with like tons of microtransactions, like there's, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a shitty, real-time strategy, or not a real-time, a grand strategy game that came out by some company that I had never heard of, and they were offering a lot of money, and I'm sure some people took them up on that, and that's fine. That's up to them. I'm not here to judge other people's choice, you know, but for myself, I couldn't do it. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking put the shitty like microtransaction to win game on my channel. Fuck that. And I believe my next one will probably be for Hearts of Iron 4, which is super cool because I would play that anyway. Oh, right. It was Imperator. I did that because they've been patching the shit out of that game. And that game, for me, is at least relaxing to play. And what I do like about Paradox, at least, they are pretty good now about keeping up with updates on their games. So anyway, that's just my little rant there. My diatribe about, you know, my personal views on sponsorship. So if you guys are cool with it, at least trust me to know that I'm going to pick at least decent games, and it'll be games that I would personally play. So in this case, Grand Strategy, hell yeah. But it better be from a good company that is worth my damn time and worth your damn time. Not just my time, but your time as well. But yeah, so fixing my sleep. We're going to have more corny bits tomorrow. I'm going to finish my RPG channel's vampire content very soon. And after that, we'll do The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3. I'll have to see what other games are coming out in like a few months, because I need to make sure I can like finish beforehand, because I don't want to do more than one RPG at a time, and I don't want to do more than one Total War campaign right now at a time. Now, if a new DLC is coming out, then maybe I might have to do a little bit more, but at the very least, I will not get overwhelmed because I would bite off too much and I would get completely inundated. And the big thing is I edit now. I do post commentary for my battles and I edit. So what does that mean? It means that really it's a lot more work. So not only do I play a battle out, I save it as a replay, then I do post commentary. Two reasons why. It looks better. I'm not zoomed out the whole time. And two, I can better explain my thoughts. When I'm playing and trying to micro, I go into slow motion because I want to show you guys cool shots, but now I can do both. And I've gotten pretty good, I think, at kind of using the post commentary as a good way to kind of show you cool battles and getting really hype about what is going on. There's been a lot more profanity in this campaign, largely because I've also learned I just need to cut loose. What you're seeing is more me than I have been in a very long time. Years ago, I got it in my head like, oh, I've got to be prim and proper. I've got to make sure that I'm setting a good... No, fuck it. Look, I'm a goofy guy. I'm a serious guy. You're going to be getting every element of that. I'm going to be cracking jokes. I'm going to be making dumb comments. It's what my friends hear in my D&D games. It's what I do. Can't help it. It's what I love to do. So hopefully you guys are cool with that. So far, it seems like, yeah, you guys have been very cool with that because I'm actually showing my personality more and I love it. So that'll be a major theme, is to just see me cutting loose and having fun. Let's see, what else? I think that's generally it. Been doing a lot of D&D still. I've played over like 50 games of 5e in like 2 years now. Had my best game on Sunday. I threw out my old notes and spent like 5 hours prepping. Usually I don't prep that much, but like, let me tell you what I was doing. There were so many plot threads, I had to sit here and think about those. And then I had to develop unique creatures for that. It ended up being a pig folk, which was horrific. And I had to plan out a dungeon. I don't do a lot of dungeons. They do come up, but when they do come up, the players know, oh shit is about to go down. So right now they're kind of like piecing together various plots. People are revealing more personal information. They're like, oh my God, because they're finding new clues and hints. And so they're having to now share personal things. And it's been very dark and very good. Before they went down there, they found, or they had their red cap friend guide them over to a very fey enchanted grove that was quite beautiful. And they spent a good bit of time doing a long rest there, role playing and, you know, interacting and exploring just a little bit. So now they're in a horrific place, and just know that there's pigmen and horrible things going on. And I even did a pig voice of them trying to speak in the common tongue, and that was horrific for them to hear. My friend Takeshi, or Pedro, which is his real name, one of my best friends, he introduced a new character, and that was a dwarf character that is inspired by French and Italian cultures. They've got a very strong storytelling culture and the largest printing press in the world. So they send out adventurers, or a war journalist, if you will, and they're meant to record tales. And it's a very funny character. The lore is very good for that character. And he immediately just hit it off with the whole group. It was incredible. And so what I'll do, if you want to see his introduction, it's about 8 minutes long. So if you have time, in the very beginning, he describes what his character looks like, and then you hear him actually talking. And just for a little bit of a preface about one character that you might hear in there, Fabio. So when the group went to this town that they've been in for weeks now, because usually my players get pretty attached to the towns and NPCs that I make. If you know about my storytelling in like RPG games like Skyrim, you know what I can probably do in D&D games. I do a lot of voices, I have a lot of eccentric characters and all of that, and I try to make it as fantastical as possible for my players, where the world feels oppressive, but I don't need to make the players feel like I'm oppressing them to get that same, you know, effect across. But anyway, they went over to this town, and in the middle of a festival, tribes of goblins were attacking. That didn't really happen before. And they found one noble in a barrel hiding. He wasn't trying to help, he was just hiding. His name, Fabio. And Fabio was like, hey, look, I'll pay each of you 200 gold coins if you say that I helped you save this town. And they were like, fuck no, we're not doing that. But one person, personally, while he was carousing or partying in town in his downtime, decided to do that. He took the money and began to spread that word. So this bard here who you could just call a war journalist, or, you know, I don't even know what other terms you could use, a scald. He heard of the great Fabio and his somewhat okay followers, and quickly, in this like faux French accent, he's riffing on descriptions of each character, and it is hilarious. It is so funny. He does such a good job. I was just completely in awe. I didn't get to talk for those 8 minutes of time. They just got to riff back and forth, and it was hilarious, which as a DM, I was beaming with pride at how that went. And I'm so proud of how he orchestrated that character. Definitely one of my favorite characters of all time. And it's just a 8-minute clip. You can see their token art. I have that instead of like using all of my notes and stuff, largely because I didn't want my players to see my notes or maps that I had prepped. So I had to kind of like cut that out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do watch it, it is on my RPG channel. So if you haven't done so, you can go ahead and sub to that if you would like to. But I'm going to go enjoy this day. I'm going to go to bed early tonight, but there will be content out tomorrow. And because I'll have like one day to like prep, I'll be able to get more than one video done. And so my rule is, before I begin on another Total War series, I'm going to finish my first one. So if you see a second one come out that isn't just from a new DLC, where I'll probably have to do 2 anyway, then you know that I finished it. That means that it's going to be a done campaign. That's my goal. I want to finish campaigns more. Even if I set a short-term goal and say, hey, this will only be 5 parts, you'll know it'll only be 5 parts. So my goal for this campaign, for my current Norska campaign, is going to be probably to destroy the Empire proper. And what I mean by the Empire proper is like Reichland, Ostlund, and all of that. I'm not going to go down and conquer the dwarves, okay? I'm so fucking tired of fighting dwarves. I need to find any mod that I can, and I'm going to go look probably for my next campaign, if I'm close to the dwarves, any mod that will allow me to weaken the dwarves. And I'll tell you why. If I'm playing as the orcs, I won't do that. But if I'm any other faction, I want the dwarves to be weaker, because I want the orcs to win. The orcs to me are a lot more fun to fight, and that could just be true just by, you know, anecdotal information from all of you. But personally, I'm so tired of fighting dwarves, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. They conquer everything all the fucking time, and so you end up just fighting them over and over and over, and it's just dull. But orcs, I don't even really get to fight very much, which annoys me. I love fighting orcs. I think orcs are a great antagonist, and I can't wait for them to get more love and help in some DLC. But yeah, so that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to try to strengthen those orcs, man, just so that we can actually fight them. I don't mind fighting greenskins. For me, that's more thematic than dwarves somehow shitting out little shitty dwarf beard babies and having huge armies, and, you know. But yeah, so tomorrow, big episode. A lot is going to happen. Get ready for it. I'm probably going to begin after I prep up my last army that I need to prep up, and I'm going to probably replace a few units because I want proper army compositions in my groups. So I'm going to try to do that. That way we can have some new units to play with, which means I'll probably be skipping like 5 to 6 turns or so and just playing defensively. But I'm only doing that, again, because everyone has declared war on me, and if I don't do that, it'll take me like 4 to 5 parts just to break their backs and break through. So I want to make sure that we're ready, and I just want to make sure that all of you are having a good time watching the content and all of that. But I gotta go. I know it was a fairly long one, but I just want to be able to riff with all of you. I probably just need to get a webcam. It'll probably be a little bit more compelling to watch if you saw my face and me doing my weird hand talking gestures, because I talk with my hands a lot. But yeah, all right, guys. Later. Enjoy life. You guys are beautiful. Love you.